Wha! Hello! Jump scare. Good jump scare. I gotcha. I got you. I got you. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. You should have Limbussy or Araya. How do I acquire? It's not so simple to simply acquire the Araya. You know? I believe she's a fictional character. I may struggle to acquire a real one. Let me launch game already. Which I think I don't have audio on right now. Which is actually fine because the main menu theme is copyright. And we do indeed have more free lunacy. Okay, so but what's going on with the hotfix, and then they took the hotfix back, and what exactly is going on? Well, there's even a data to download. So what's the current state? Because I know that it was fixing some kind of inconsistency in like CG or something, in like I think the uptie story. But what exactly? Where have we actually ended at? Or like ended up now? What is the final situation? Which is real? Which is fake? Boop, boop. It's quite quiet. Hello, Heath. Capture Enfield. Not Enfield, Limbus. The fuck is that? What is this? It's not on my screen, that's only in OBS. What the fuck is that? Why is it like a loading circle? Where is this fucking loading circle? Where is it coming from? It's there always. What the fuck?
야, 발받침. 자꾸 밑에서
hell?
부들부들 떨지 마라.
Here's my lunacy.
머리를 빗는 신성한 시간에 하늘이라도 잘못 삐져나오면 네 머리통부터 터뜨릴 테니까.
Like, what the fuck is it? It's something from the overlay? Oh, now it went away. Okay, I turned the overlay on and off and now it went away. I guess that was a loading screen on something on the overlay and it bugged out. A team hotfix Ryoshu to not be listed as same mirror world as other spiders, but they wrote this idea and forgot to tell that Team Ryoshu is from the same. Okay, so that was it. But because that was the hotfix? Oh, okay, so right. The hotfix was not be listed. That she was originally listed as same mirror world, which is correct. She was hotfixed to be a different mirror world. And then that was reverted. Okay, so there wasn't like an extra level, because I saw a translated post from KGH talking about it, and that was the final like result and what he was talking about. Okay, there wasn't like an additional reversion of something more. Yet another rest of stream omen. Please no, okay. I'd rather not. Anyway, I do have funny Heath on main screen, except it's gonna be Ryoshu very quickly. And now my thumbnail is lying. I actually have even more lunacy. I do also have 38 tickets. I guess because I haven't actually had a chance to use them up yet. Because we got them from some events and whatnot. Wow, 10 thread. Also Sinclair, but I already have the Sinclair. I've used up all of my season like guarantee tickets and stuff already. I just used them at some point. I was like, ah, fuck it. Beamer's gameplay error, 300 lunacy. Floor error, 1300, yes. Well, I think it's probably the reason it was 1300 was because it was like they had to revert something. So it wasn't like fixing a bug. It was we made like a double mistake. We fixed something that wasn't supposed to be fixed. There was nothing to actually fix, so then we had to revert, and there's like an extra mini update or whatnot. I think it's because it's a double mistake. Currently do an MD run. Floor 9 don't have the permakill relic yet. You're guessing S3 for 59. Where do you get the permakill relic? Where do you actually get it? What's the fastest way? I'm assuming it's a specific floor. It's probably just the main Kanto floor. And maybe you can fusion it into any Kanto 9 pack. Oh, it's just a tier 3. Okay, it's just a tier 3. Any Kanto 9 pack tier 3. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, right. We can actually go look into here, can't we? Theme pack compendium. Well, actually, no. We can also just go ego gift compendium. Well, kind of at least. I guess it's easier to look at the theme packs. Okay, yeah. So it's just a keywordless. Why is it fucking lagging? What the hell? A keywordless Kanto 9 pack, I guess. So, for example, Charm Wondered out. Yeah, right there. Okay, yeah. Right there! Okay, so... But there's also... What the fuck? I haven't done textbook? Really? Oh yeah, it is there as well. I haven't done textbook floor at any point. Or unsevering? What the fuck? Are these like later floors or something? Because I haven't really gone, I don't think I've gone past like floor 7 or 8 or something during this MD yet, so. Okay, but it's in all of them pretty much. Yeah, it's just, okay, it's any Kanto 9, it's just apparently a tier 3. Okay, so that shouldn't be like completely impossible to come by then. Though it is keywordless, which does make it somewhat harder. You can't like spam some fusions to try and like lock into it in the same way. I guess you can do a lot of shop refreshes though. That's one option. Yeah, Charm Wondered out textbook. Fading artwork on severing. Yeah, okay. For some reason I haven't done, apparently I haven't gotten 2 of these. That's funny. I don't think I've ever even seen these, which is interesting. They must just have like I guess just appear more so in maybe floor 5 and above. Which I mean they usually do, but interesting. Interesting. Oh wait, can you grab it with Starlight at the start? Is it in the Starlight shop at the start? Yeah, and I know, yeah, there is the achievement for doing all of these, yeah, with 3 spider IDs and base Ryoshu. The fact that you have to do it with base Ryoshu is a little funny. Like, I guess it makes sense, but it's a little funny that you have to actually run base Ryoshu. Also, she has to be actually deployed. She can't just be in backup units. It's like, oh. Oh. My base Ryoshu at like level 30. Okay, you gang gift search at the start. Okay, so you can actually just start the run with it. Kill off everyone on like fucking floor 1. And just fucking go for it. That is funny. Okay. You can actually just try like a fucking F15 Ryoshu solo. It's a really funny idea. Very funny idea. I'm almost tempted to try that out at some point. Maybe once like we have all of the spider identities. Because what are we missing? We're missing 3. Lucio, Matthias, Valentina. This is very much the solo ID, which is like, you know, very accurate. It's Ludo Kino, as one might say. Cause yeah, we're missing 3. Still, for the full team, we're missing 3, and also that it still also includes 2 nurse fathers, like half of them. And because then you get a how is it altogether? It's nice 9 spider identities in Ryoshu, yeah. Let me close that. Even without the 3 she shreds? No, yeah, she's probably, that's the thing. She's already like so good, probably. But it'll be even like once you can get, it's just, there's something about it, you know? There's something about it when you have like all of it, when you have the full thing, right? Then there's truly something when you have the full max combo. Also, Matthias and Valencina will probably give you some pretty nice buffs. So I've seen funky interaction like Roshan doing enough damage with Kiresh because the fat shield from middle ID ego gift. Yeah, well, so that is the thing, right? Indeed, she does on the funny skill, wherever it is. It's in defense, isn't it? It's not in defense? Is it classified as a skill 3? What's it classified? Oh, there's all, by the way, so much flavor text we can read. Not string connection. Where though? Oh, it's an S1, isn't it? It's an S1, I forgot. It does do what? 120%. Yeah. It does 120%, which is supposed to account for shields in like more normal content, like Albina, for example, having shield or something. But yeah, in MD, you can end up getting probably enough shield that it actually doesn't kill, which is funny. Weird that they didn't code it just to remove them from field. Well, that's yeah. It's like most of the time it will just remove them. You do have, it is only an MD thing where you can end up in a situation where it doesn't insta-give a spider. No. You know, it's the usual Limbus the jank of we'll just handle it like this. They could have made it like, oh, ignores shield or something. They could make it 100% and ignore shield or something. Though also, I'm wondering if we get, for example, Matthias, right? Matthias. If Matthias has some kind of immortality passive, which, you know, for him could make sense to have like some kind of temporary immortality passive. Would he survive? Would Matthias ID survive like an extra hit? Or would it end up like actually manage to ignore some kind of like passive? If Matthias ID even has something like that. Because obviously, you know, just in the fight, Matthias gets the not quite immortality, but make all damage 1. But I guess because it's fixed damage. If it's the same thing as make all damage 1 for, I don't know, X amount of turns, then this would actually get to ignore it because it's fixed damage. So. Yeah, we've seen the gift that is just made for her, just to enable the full solo Ryoshu MD runs. Which is because I said, because, you know, when I saw it and I was like, okay, but in MD, when the kit came out on Monday, I was like, oh, but in MD, after every floor, they revive. So it's annoying. You have to like re-kill them. And then I think someone on the Discord was like, could be an ego gift. And lo and fucking behold, it's an ego gift to make her perma kill. So that she can just always be on 0 friendlies max buffs. With Ice being the only ID Ryoshu needs to kill twice, kind of funny. Would be funny. Or they could just brain dead will win all the special encounters where one sin is immortal. Oh yeah. We did see that, yes. Where, for example, in the original Ricardo fight where Ish is immortal as long as there's at least one other unit alive. But then Ryoshu transfers all damage to Kira Ish, and thus they cannot die. Because Ish is immortal, because Ryoshu's alive, but Ryoshu's immortal because Ish is alive. Very funny. I'm wondering if they're actually gonna fix that or if they'll just keep that in. Honglu Tears of Tarnished Death Defied actually work? Oh, okay. On Ring Honglu also, okay. So stuff like that does actually, if it like fixes HP to 1 type passives can work then. Okay. Oh, just a second. My dishwasher finished. I'll open it. So the dishes can cool down. Heartwarming. Ryoshu adopts Kiramel. It's happening in the story. It's true. Stall maxing. It is. Should we? I guess we can read these after we pull. We have a whole bunch of flavor text on all these like extra skills. They all have flavor text. The S, or every single one of the S3s has flavor text. What a funny and silly unit. She does look very funny and very silly, but also fine. Fine? Funny. Fun. Too many words. It's like a mind control but don't back and just hitting Ryoshu until he died. Yeah, I have seen that, yeah. Yeah, I think I have. I think I do remember saying that, yeah. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Okay, okay, so the thing is, right? Most of the time, when I do Limbus Gacha on actually stream, I don't hit shit early. Every now and then I'll hit an early when I'll do a cheeky 10. For example, I got Ricardo Cliff in 110. I did a cheeky 10. Got him. Easy. No problem. I feel like recently at least, it has been a while since I've been like good lucky on stream gacha pulls for Limbus. Walpy was weird because I got a lot of Walpy pulls, but then it still took me 200 to actually get all of the units. Because I wasn't getting the new ones. I was just getting loads of old ones. So like both lucky and not. Because I was just getting like dupes. But they were also low chances. So we'll see. We'll see how it is this time. Maybe we just do a couple tickets. Maybe it's just, you know, one set of tickets. I mean, never mind. Wrong red woman. A new though. Wow. Kurokumo Rodion. I was like, red icon? No way. Never mind, it's Rodion. What the? She's a 3-star? Kuro Rodion was a 3-star? The fuck? I don't know why she has like 2-star energy, you know? I guess it is because season 0. Actually, like, a standard unit. Is she even a season unit? Isn't she just standard fare? I think the only thing that in theory lets me do is like actually run like a Kurokumo in MD or something. Obligatory Rodion pull after 3 Rodion banner streak. Funny Rodion. Okay, it is standard, yeah. So, I mean, not, you know, okay, 3-star, but not exactly the best showing for a 3-star to be getting right at the start, and then like a minimum roll almost. Cool. Epic. 2 of the same Sinclair. Use my tickets up. Another one already? Already? No way they said it? Sunshine Heath! Sunshine Heath. Potential man. I already have you, potential man. You spooked me at some point. I don't know. I guess you give me 50 shards. I did see you also got Sunshine Heath. On the same roll that you got New Ryoshu. Alright, Limbus doesn't have the tech yet of being able to use your tickets to fill out a full 10. So I guess I'm waiting until I get 2 more tickets so I can actually do a 10 pull. Anyone try Potential Man in modern content? I think I've used Potential Man in MD at some point. Just for like, in like a sinking team to fill out Starlight or something. And that's the only thing. So like, I think the answer is no, not really. Because, you know, I think his potential has been lost. 1 paid pull. With what? I don't have any paid lunacy. I have 10, which is the most annoying fucking thing. You can't do anything with 10. 10. So we go into lunacy. You have 12? That's funny. That's pretty fun. 12 is real. How? Because I know 10 is like a round number at least. 12? And how? I don't know. Well, because I bought some lunacy pack, which I then used to buy a BP. It was like some one-time lunacy pack that I used to buy the BP. And then I had a little bit left over, and I probably used it on like single dailies. It was absolutely nothing except middle Mersol. And then I was left with 10 somehow. Broke loser only leads to poor. Hard-working $1 million companies. So true. It's not like I totally don't buy the battle passes every time. Which frankly is almost like stealing, because the battle pass probably means they may almost make like less money. The battle pass is too good. Wrong Ryoshu, there's a 2-star. Absolutely nothing. It's all red! It's all red! Minimum roll! It's all red! But 60! Truly nothing. See? I should not do limbus pulls on stream. Clearly. Because every time I do, it seems like I get scammed. Where I like the best I've ever had is just kind of average. It's all red! Why is it all red? Never mind. Complaining, it works every time! Every time! Just complain and it works! The text is cutting off, it's too long. What a yapper! What a yapper, the text cuts off at the bottom, man. Yes. How many was that? That was 80, okay. That was 80. That's without severing the room. Let me just go.
그래?
내가 제일
That's the
좋아하는
wrong woman. Fuck, wait, how'd I change? Oh god. Oh, there.
잠안
Blade
와?
Ryoshu?
나랑 푹
지금
I just look
몇
red
시인지나 말해줄 거
icon.
아니면
I look at it fucking
귀찮게
wrong.
말 걸지 마.
There.
끔찍하게 얽혀오는 시간
Hello.
속에서 헤아릴
Hello,
수 없이
woman.
문을 두드리다.
No sinners. I already have it. Wait, where's my team? Yes. I have the team ready to go. I guess I put fourth Mash Flame here as well. For the, I guess for the idea that I'd up tie 5 it when I don't even have it up tie 4. But I just put Thorakalgia on, to be honest. Yes, yeah, I have this ready. Also, get the fuck out of here, Kurokumo. We're just waiting for the Rodia and the Otis and the one outlier. I guess, you know, he's a ring or he's the syndicate ID. But he is a bit of an outlier. Why is he here? Otherwise, it's only the rings. You don't have your ring ID yet. Put the BP ego. Well, yeah, of course she has the BP ego, but that's a wow. That's a wow. That contempts with contempt all, not with Thorakalgia. Should I shard fourth flame ego? I have no idea how good the T5 can I see the T5? I probably can't see it because I don't have it like. I can't preview the one. I could just see it from like the wiki or something. I don't actually know if it is like actually significant or not. Anyway, give me levels. That's up tie. I wanted to level up first because I have an up tie ticket thingy from the refraction bosses.
기억하고 싶지 않은 장면들과 마주해야 하는 이 끔찍하고 불쾌한 순간이 적어도 잠을 청하고자 눈을 감았을 때만큼은 내게 흘러오지 않았다면 어땠을까? 그랬다면 다가오는 밤조차 싫어하게 될 일은 없었을
No,
테지.
400 or shards. They'll be used somewhere else. I can use them on the egos or something. Look, the shards will just exist at some point, and then I can like shard whatever. I have so much that I can still shard at some point, or use on egos. It doesn't really matter where I use my ID tickets, frankly. I also have like 2,000 boxes. So you know. All right, I guess if you don't want spoilers, then we can actually read Uptai story for once. No way. Yoshihide, your greed sickens me. It's not greed, it's wealth, okay? It's disgusting amounts of wealth is what it is. Cut and sever. But it'll be severed and burned away until not a single strand of their frayed threads remains. The house of spiders, all of you nurse fathers, every last trace will be scraped out. Trailer line? No way. Thread. I see a thread. A thread I failed to sever. A strand I must cut off. It gleams with terrible clarity. Now, this is actually like a unique CG. The heck? And along that vision crashing upon me are waves of sights I'd wish I'd never have to recall, leaving behind only the futile wish of never returning. Like a hollow seashell washed ashore. An entangled clue of time devours my consciousness. There's no calendar in here, but I know how many days have passed. No clock either, yet I can tell whether it's day or night. Some things, though, elude all attempts at understanding. But I have to be locked in the vault. Or do my moms and dads always try to keep me in here? Okay, interesting. This one, she's like being kept inside of them. Am I being grounded, or am I useless to them now? Questions that remain unanswered all. With those doubts lodged deep in my mind, I again endure the day not knowing when it ends, even as I was certain of its eventuality. I won't make a sound anymore, even when I'm scared. I'll memorize everything you like, too. I'll learn how to use a sword. I'll learn it real fast. I won't run away even if it hurts. Please, let me out. Dad? Mom? Multiple of them? Just as I was growing numb to every shade of darkness drowning me, the door, which would not budge no matter how many times I banged on and clawed at, opened with such ease that what I'd had to endure seemed absurdly pointless. Dad, I promise from now on I had no expectations. Didn't hope to find any kind of words or concerned eyes. Those, after all, belonged to a world as distant as one end of a corridor from the other. Well, that depends on the corridor, don't it? But I wanted answers, that's all. Why did they steal the vault? Had I done something wrong? Something I could do to be better? Questions like that. However, even that seemed to be too much to ask. You have yet to enter an entanglement. Oh, don't worry, the ID gets entanglement. Let's check again in 2 days. As the Earthfathers return to their corridors each, leaving behind nothing but an uninterested comment or two, dry as dust. More unique CGs! Okay, sure! A cycle of beatings that continues without any purpose. The ever-changing whim that seeks to force me into the frame of arbitrary tastes. The revealing applause accompanied by observant contemplation. The excruciating agony that comes from being treated as mere material. These 4 threads twined to make a rope that tightens around my neck. Okay, which one indeed? Valencina. This is obviously Valencina. What are the other ones? They're kind of similar in some ways. Like a bunch of these I'm looking at, like almost all of these 3 could be Callisto. Ever-changing whim that seeks to force me to the frame of arbitrary taste. I guess this could be Rien. Material would be like Callisto. But observant contemplation is not Matthias. Oh no, or the ever-changing whim, never mind, that's Matthias. Ever-changing whim, an arbitrary taste, that's Matthias, isn't it? This is Callisto and this is Rien. Okay, I think so. Observant contemplation would be, yeah, and then material is Callisto. Okay, yeah, this is Matthias. Okay. Detective work complete. Each pulling without end from their own direction. Each egregiously making their presence known. This is why they will never be able to go on living without me. Damn, she looks good though. Like, well, I mean, okay, looks good as in aesthetically, not in like any other way. There are dregs that have been abandoned. There's no thread that they can cling to. And so I will cut off the only strand they have left. And if I am to sever myself away, I must do it by means of severing other things. I swing my blade with reckless abandon, cutting down everything that enters my sight. Here's a father so vacuous that he cannot hope to capture hellscape without seeing it with his own eyes. The fool that craves for parched inspiration and stone-dead creativity without ever realizing that the tip of his brush has long dried. Whenever I open my eyes, I'm almost stepping over the threshold of death, standing on the far shore of the hereafter. Boundary of death? Ruina? With each carve that sheds the spoils from me, with each brushstroke that paints the drawing paper over with the horrid scenery of hell, my throat tears itself hoarse, and the beating of my heart grows so rapid it feels ready to split my chest open. Hell scream? Scenery of hell? Hell scream? No way. A dramatization meant to stage the cruelest magnificence. The pain is unbearable. It convinces me that I will die from it, but the nurse father knows the limits of my body all too well. The material that I am is trimmed and shaped until I am gasping for my last breath, screaming at the top of my lungs in impossible pain, just not close enough to black out. And so, whenever I feel the black and blue bruises on my body smarting? That's a word for this moment? Smarting? Sometimes they pull out words, man. The hell? Smarting and throbbing, I trace back my mutilated memories. When is this pain from? The present? The past? Or perhaps someday in the future that has not arrived? it comes from the present, then it should have already ended, because now is just too brief. The moment the word touches the tongue, it has already passed and become the past. Past. Haha, hee hee. Okay, it's going through all of their OSTs. It was the Ring OST, it was Callisto OST, and now we're on Valencina. This pain, this wound, this scar, however, they never pass. They would stay where they could be seen, and the next moment they would take root where they could not. Pain always intends to be a thing of the immediate past or the immediate future, and even in pain I am denied the experience of living in the now. Like a butterfly that mourns its flower, even as its body is torn apart. Like a butterfly that refuses to fly away, no matter how many times it is stomped upon. To say that the butterfly stayed would be wrong, or that it forgot how to fly, for that matter. It is simply that it has never learned how to fly in the first place. From the moment it emerged from its chrysalis, its wings have been caught in the spiderweb. Fluttering is not flying. Wings that have only fluttered are wings in name only. This butterfly is but myself, but cannot be myself, but doesn't know how to fly either. Cannot pass like the present, it simply stays here in this place. These are some... A lot of these lines are very the literary, where it's like, what the... You read it and you don't immediately understand. Like, huh? The nurse father knows this better than anyone. That's probably why fists are raised at me without even a moment's hesitation. I'm beaten to satisfaction. Whatever is within reach is thrown at me in a fit of rage. The profanities pouring out become needles stuck embedded in my heart, but the nurse father knows I can never run away. Yet even as I find myself at the receiving end of the fist day after day, hoping that the nurse father's anger would subside, I still find myself unsure of where that fuming wrath stems from, or why I must withstand all the thrashing. Each bout of blind rage that leaves me scarred also leaves a lesson. The lesson that living in the hereafter is no different from trying to live through the dark of the night with nothing to rely on but a single lamp. I could step onto any strand of time, but in none of those strands did I manage to leave this corridor, so I tried to find a reason to live. The smallest attachment that would somehow make it bearable, better that would keep me bound to life. The lamp that would help me last through the night. No araya for this mirrored Ryoshu. Sometimes I would go looking for it in those who came to the house as tutors, at other times in the most insignificant things strewn about the floor. But whatever I managed to find would be pushed away from me, or smashed broken, even. Always just because it's not what one of them wants. The things that pity me and the things I pity are all ruined and destroyed alike at a single whim of the nurse fathers. Shaved down? No. Hacked apart? No. Sliced off and severed. Sliced off and severed in savage rapture, and yet, even then, remains unsevered. The unsevering? That anxious, unpleasant aftertaste of looking upon loose ends that are not tied. Then there's that immature, cowardly mind, unable to bear even the slightest discomfort and would not relent without immediately destroying each and every annoyance. By the mere act of such an existence, the threads around me snarl and knot. In those moments, I would remain in the empty room where the nurse father had left, failing to hold back the tears that streamed down my face. Perhaps the me of tomorrow had snatched all of the reserves of sorrow meant for me and spent them empty. Because today, no tears come out, as though the wellspring had run dry. I hear it, the sound of rusted shackles dragging heavily. It doesn't come from beneath my ankles, but instead rustles up from the deepest reaches of my memory. Everything that surrounds me, layered around me, is full of lies. Things painted over with anguish steeped in more anguish. Twist and coil through my life, entangled with such complexity that they can no longer be untangled. They're packed so tightly that I can feel myself choking. I want to get out. I need to get out. But desperation alone does not open the door. Darkness without a single crack, a silence swollen out of all proportion. That is what this vault is, and I've grown too big to fit inside its tiny space. I could step outside, but there'll be no place for me in that narrow room, and yet, because I live in that narrow room, in the house of spiders, I've ended up in this tiny, lightless vault. My little world, my cramped room, the bird cage I can never escape from, perhaps a place that makes me homesick, a place that does not welcome me. Why am I even trying to leave? The door won't open, will it? And even if I go outside, what will be there to welcome me? As though to bury the fear that follows that question, after images painted over with anguish, steeped in more anguish, twist and coil through my life, entangled with such complexity that they can no longer be untangled, and all of them crash over me. They're packed so tightly that I can feel myself choking. layer upon layers of afterimages, lives, selves, all surrounding me. I am born from myself. I grow helplessly. I grow relentlessly. You have entered an temporal entanglement, Shahida. Only then does a thin strand of light make its way into the darkness. There are needles that prick my eyes, the beginning and the end I am to meet, the threads that are nothing but pain. Some things cannot be lost merely by forgetting. There are things that can only be forgotten by losing them. My throat. I must sever away every thread wrapped around me. I must cut the nurse fathers down, so that not a single strand may surface again nor look up at the sky, so that no one and nothing at all may call my name. My head feels light. I no longer sense the omnipresence of the horrible memories that had taken up residence on the countless strands of time. As though swinging the blade, Ryoshu has severed the binding thread that had been weighing me down. I inhale deeply, then exhale. I close my fingers into a fist, then open them again. Even that small gesture feels almost refreshing. Yoshihide, Yoshihide, Yoshihide. The nurse fathers cry out, calling my name. What makes them, the heartless men and women who merely watched in silence even as I writhed in pain, scream with such despondence? I had been called by that name countless times, yet it carries a disquieting echo today. So I wait for the pain to end. To end? No, not to end. There's an undeniable dissonance in my saying it. Even if it ends, what good would that do? What would I do in the aftermath anyway? A pain that has ended is an unfurnished room. There's nothing after the end, just like in the picture books a nurse father used to read me. It's a little too late to face the ending now and hope that something would change. I floundered in suffering because I was unable to recognize the truth. That truth. I would scratch away at the walls, repress the welling tears, and sometimes sit in expressionless silence as my mind raced in aimless terror. The nurse father read me a story once. The story was about a man who weaves a pair of wings for himself, soars up high and faces the brilliant light in the sky. But the story did not end there. It ended when the man plunged into the lapping waves, screaming as fire consumed his wings. The nurse father's tale continued stubbornly until it reached its disturbing end. I would ask for another tale, hoping to wash away the unsettling aftertaste of the one before, but it all ended the same way. In tragedy. My choice of books was limited to what the nurse father had given me, my will trapped in this narrow world the nurse fathers made. Every choice a meaningless formality. Wait, so this Rien was finishing the storybooks? Because that was a whole thing. Rien was not finishing the books. But here they both finished the story, and then they all end in tragedy? Which I guess, in a way, is there then a difference in the mirror? Because this is clear, this is bad end ID. So this version ends in tragedy, because the books were also finished and they all ended in tragedy. No way, he was right all along to not finish the picture books. Whichever path I walk, I remain in the House of Spiders. No matter where I go, I remain at the very heart of the spiderweb. Though sleep was my only refuge from the despair that weighed me down like waterlogged clothes, even there, the terrible moments that would come to me uninvited, shackling me to the waking world. But no, perhaps it isn't that my sleep has stayed. I slept yesterday, so I'm awake today. Yes, that's all this is. What comes after today is yesterday, not tomorrow. The sleep will soon claim me, with or without my permission. Timey-wimey shenanigans. I open my eyes, welcomed by unyielding inevitability and the blue dimming lights. Every story that is told is designed to end. Because as twisted and tangled we may have become, we've all gazed at the same single world. So that no entangled thread of time goes lonely. So that I won't be lonely. I must read the tale to its end and steep myself in the tragedy I already know all too well. You people wouldn't know this, but every single one of myself has held on to one another, refusing to ever let go, no matter which strand of thread I peered into. That's how I know the end and the beginning of this house of spiders that has encased me for so long. A tiny world that was mine only because I was born, because I exist, because someone remembered me. she has such a gentle face on this. Actually, in general, because you think of how wrathful our Ryoshu was, just in general, and especially across Kanto 9. But then the bad end ID, her facial expressions in the art are both kind of so melancholic and like somber and almost gentle. Cinema. But it's like not in a good way either. It's like, oh, she's like fully given up. Like that is a gentleness born from abject apathy. They were here, the nurse fathers, in each scene that I was a part of, in every single one that took place in the House of Spiders. Not even a day or an hour of my time has gone by without them being a part of it. And the spiders built a house in the corners of my memories, the nurse fathers tainting every hour of my life they inhabit. And of course, even that memory I abominated, and there was nothing to stay my store hand. No, I kind of read that a bit wrong. And of course, even that memory I abominated. There was nothing to stay my sword hand. You nurtured my world into a world of you, a world of pain and sorrow where its leaves seek not the sunshine but death. Let's put an end to this tragedy. It has long overstayed its welcome. Let's cut and sever. Because I relish in the silence that always follows every time you are ripped away. The nurse father's voices grow faint even in the moments that ambush me. Everything falls away. Severed, burned into empty whiteness, delaminated from the world, leaving only scattered instants undulating between the shattered memories. The screaming, the struggling, all of it is then reduced to inconsequential instants that lie beyond the edge of perception. String severance. The passive? Severing the memories, severing the nurse fathers, severing myself. Everything that comprises a man is cut away, slice by slice. Even the things that would have filled the void become hollow themselves, without anything to want, without anything to look back on. Here comes ineffable grandeur, here comes ineffable delight. Here comes ineffable emptiness, here comes ineffable suffering. Here the ineffable comes. Here they come from the end of the road. I had to click again. The thumb's concierge. As though the project has finally come to an end. Well, it seems to me that it has been completed exactly as the steamed Capode copy is envisioned. Yeah, okay, so indeed, because this is the bad end where, yes, she actually just becomes a thing, and the House of Spiders was ultimately probably meant to be deleted and destroyed and sacrificed for the completion of Ryoshu. The Rings Maestro. Gorgeous. I would have loved to have it exhibited in my main gallery had it been something that could even be transported. Oh, you even hear the sword sounds. The Chansha star. The star of the pinky. The star that sees not a field of variegated existences and moments in the continuum of time, but instead a universe encompassing landscape, shining the light that enables temporal entanglement. Yes, words. It is as though that self-same star has risen before me. Its gleaming is as sorrowful as that of a pearl. Speaking of which, I believe it's about time we discuss rewards for those who managed to complete it. I mean, someone must have played a central loring seeing Project House of Spiders to its completion, yes? Too bad though, whoever it was seems to have been consumed by their own creation, which I think might have been planned. Well, probably some useless trash. Oh, middle great sister. This thing's a landfill, after all, ain't it? Whoever got sucked into it was probably some nasty piece of shit that deserved to be discarded. Index Messenger. Prescript dictates that the Index will take over the management of this phenomenon, effective after 3 days' time. Nah, you Index dickens. Under no circumstance should any of the fingers express the intent to take sole ownership of our shared property, as will the Prescript care so little for the lives of its messengers that it would send them to die. Its objectives are as enigmatic as always. Also say that the Index will receive a prescript before 3 days pass, instructing them to share the rights of possession equally amongst the fingers. Let us wait and see how things develop before leaping to action. As the messenger, let's chuck him into the landfill, where the garbage is supposed to be buried, right? And the star will glimmer for yet another fleeting moment. Dude, index messengers probably just get killed all the fucking time. Like, it can't be. It's not an incredible job to have. Oh yeah, I can obviously now I have both arts. Yeah, indeed, it's completed blade. It is her just becoming the ball of white, indeed, landfill, the garbage disposal for all the fingers. I almost said all the rings, all the fingers. Cause yeah, how many? Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we do already have a full team. I guess that makes sense. They wouldn't actually, or it makes sense to release her once you at least have a full team of 7 that you can run of spider identities, and then we have a couple more. Messenger was definitely a fraud in their ranks. Oh, I mean, the index is strange. She does look so much like Araya. And obviously this is, you know, the version where there was no Araya. There was the lines in the Uptie story of like, oh, I truly have nothing to live for, so might as well become a garbage disposal. And that's the difference, is Ryoshu found Araya. Pinky, House of Spiders, Fingers, Dihu Star. Okay, so it does also have Dihu Star here. Buff cap out if you reach 6 allied spider units. Oh yeah, we can actually look at the full kit. Right, because if we look at passives, indeed. String Severance. Okay, String Severance is max stack of 4. Different unique effect based on which of the House of Spiders ally was defeated. Oh yeah, we also have all the flavor text. And so let it be cut and severed, even if it strays from what must be. Okay, so you can actually, okay, so this already reaches max stacks, but this is used by one of the S3s, is it? Uses like, no, it doesn't. I think this just does stack out at 4. Entanglement max stack 4, this gets raised by some other stuff. Skill and passive effects can increase to 5 and 9, okay. Threads of fate are entwined by encounter and by length of time surrendered onto another. The myriad moments where one's time and others overlap, be they fair or foul, will bind their strings in pitiless engagement. Entanglement, not engagement. The time that's already been shared cannot be undone. For every 3 House of the Spider settings in the loadout, raise min max by 1. Okay, so yeah, indeed, max 3. So once you have all 9, then right now you can only get 2. And then once we have the remaining ones, then we'll have 9 for the max buffs. This is still so funny. Just transfer damage to the lowest HP. 1 falling effects based on House of Spider's allies' death. Gain 1 entanglement. Gain additional effects based on which of the house, yep. Yisung, base attack skill used with final count unbreakable. Deal plus 10 damage with base attack skills, unbreakable coins. Index proxy. Gain on base attack skill use gain 2 poise. On crit using base attack skills inflict 1 sinking. House of Spiders, defense level 2, inflict plus 1 burn, potency, which is like, this is a little less important. This probably is like the least important one. It's just, okay, it's 1 more burn potency with base skills. Which, I mean, especially in MD, obviously, it's like. Oh, yeah, here you also just, you kill, or you just actually get somatic friction. Min max speed, base attack skill, gain clash power, and deal percent. Like, this is just, like, this is fucking, you just get clash power and extra damage and min max speed. Force gain shield equal to 10% HP at every turn. So 10% is pretty good. I mean, this is obviously just free shield every fucking turn. And then Sinclair gain 1 poise count and 1 crit damage up at every turn start. And obviously the funny thing where she targets Sinclair last. Notice left to substitute or return Blade of the House of Spiders. Ryoshu gains +1 skill slot for every 3 of the House of Spider allies that are defeated max 3 times. Okay, so she gets. She doesn't get 1 skill slot for every killed spider. It's max 4, but obviously, you know, then she, as a solo run, she'll just start with 4 in like if they're permadead or whatever. Because obviously, you know, meaning matters the most for also like focused encounters where like you can't. She can actually get more slots in a focus encounter when you have people dying. Because obviously then in unfocused counters you get more slots anyway. Can increase skill plus beyond the maximum skill slots cap of this encounter. Obviously, yeah, for certain game contents it can get active regardless of the content skill slot increase restriction, which is funny. And it counts as burn, bleed, and poise. And I'm assuming, for example, even though you start inflicting sinking... Yeah, because it's on crit only, so like you won't get like sinking ID or sinking gift bonuses. Maybe I guess for some of them, if it's just like when inflicting, like I guess some gifts will actually work with the sinking as well. But it won't count for like IDs that have sinking. And of course, then conditions are met. Change music. I'm so glad we have this now in Limbus, where we get music changing. The things I dread seeing again always come back. The things I ache to see again never do. That is why I must steal my heart cold in the moment of reunion. And then you have Phantom Trace, funny thing. Max stack 1, 5% damage from Blade of the House of Spiders or some base stack skills. But then the main thing actually about it is it enables the funny stuff. A Phantom Trace is not simply a faint shade left in passing. It is the shadow of times past cruelly drawn across bygone days. Yeah, 1 additional enemy for every 3 defeated House of Spider has max 3. Okay, yep. Yippers. So this is pretty much always where, yeah, it's like for every 3 House of Spider is most of the boss. Enemy that has Phantom Trace is the main target of this unit's base attack skills. Use Inevitable Termination as an unopposed attack before using said base attack. So this is so funny, just 3 fucking unopposed attacks, you know? Right, on basic skills used against target also just convert all coins into unbreakable and gain final power, which obviously then combos even more with the Riensung buff, because unbreakables deal more damage. And just final power and entanglement once per turn. To be frayed without cease and face each frayed strand of the future and again continue to sever within each and every one of those futures. To endure that much fragmentation without losing oneself. That's a hell of a lot of grit. Matthias. 50 plus D who stars Blade, you get string connection, yippers. This is the, you know, our S3 charging mechanic. Max like 70, okay. Until some Blade stacks yippers. Okay, up to 25 stacks per turn, okay. So fastest you can activate is turn 3, I guess. Yeah. D who stars Blade and Chansha stars Blade. If not merely 1, but 2 star-forged blades have come to reside in your hands, and I am moved to wonder which star's name could possibly be ideal to represent you. Your nurse father too must surely have furnished you with the tale that there had been stars which, at the terminus of immoderate coveting, were left broken and shorn. Thus I suggest to you, of these 2 blades, appoint only 1 as yours. 5 pride owned. Plus 1 damage on critical hit using base attack skills for every 1 surplus poise past 20 poise on self, max 10. On crit using base attack skills, inflict 1 blade trail. And also, yeah, take 1% damage from slash skills for every 10 stacks. Yeah, it is slash for agility indeed. Oh yeah, and then just that the BP ego can trigger off of friendly kills. Or the passive of it, which is okay, fine. The passive isn't that big of a deal. Oh, my star targets 1 House of Spiders ally with the lattermost deployment order 2 times per turn. Okay, oh, it's 2 times per turn? Oh. So I guess if you, well, okay, well, I mean, you have to have more than, obviously you have to have 2 slots, I guess, to trigger it. But I guess if you use 2 evades, then you'll actually get 2, whatever. And obviously a +1 string severance also target 1 additional ally. So you can actually, I guess you can actually kill all the spiders pretty quickly, huh? I thought you'd have to do like 1 per turn, but no, you can start killing more than 1 per turn like pretty quickly. Because you do it once, you'll get 1 string severance, so then you target 1 additional ally. And then if you also have more slots by that point, if you've double slotted Ryoshu, then and if you can use 2, then you can, wow, yeah. You can start killing them off real quickly. Because even just with string severance, obviously you're already getting 1. So like in 2 turns, you can kill 3 at the minimum. Okay, so it ramps up a bit quicker than I thought it might. Because my expectation was that it would be just, 1 per turn, essentially. Other than obviously getting the string severance. But also, like, I wasn't expecting to be, okay, at 1+. So once you've killed 1, you already get the additional target. Prior to House of Spiders, and yeah, prior to House of Spiders, print gear print to Sinclair last. Skincare. Combat Star, gain 3 poise count once per turn. On evade, gain 1 poise 3 times per turn. What you're pursuing is my phantom. It's kind of funny if they start releasing more spiders and get like 0 gameplay from them. Well, because they can also be used in other teams, the spider units, so, Because they also, can be like, oh, there might be in your bleed team, they might be in your burn or something, or the sinking boys team or whatever. 3, 6+ poise gain coin power, final power +1 for every 6 burn, bleed on target, max 2. Gain 3 poise count, poise, bleed, poise, burn, poise. 2 blade trail. After image equal to entanglement on self, max 4, yeah. With 2 bleed, slash damage equal to entanglement times 2% of coin's final damage. 1 crit. And then you have, oh yeah, this is the friendly fire one. Non-trigger defense skills and external effects cannot trigger this skill to be reused. Deactivates allies base factors, decreasing sanity. It's funny, it is a 1 coin. The animation is not a 1 coin, but Deactivates allies base factors, yeah, it's just that you don't indeed actually get like hit by the lowering sanity for friendlies dying. But yeah, then for this encounter, lose 1 offense level, gain base power +1. But this unit's attacks 4 times per encounter. Okay. Yeah, it's just max stacking it, yeah. Like once you have 4 stacks of severance. Okay, 1 offense level for 1 base power is quite good. I'm wondering why it has the -1 offense level. Is it just like to balance it off a little bit? But then you also just get a base power. Oh yeah, does defense level, however, come into like some weird interaction with like defense skills or something? And we also just get to heal 20 SP. So like, you truly can just start the fight. You'll get more SP from friendly firing than you would by winning a clash. And then obviously you get Entangled Life, which is from the BP ego as well. Which is, it's just more number. And 1 stack every HP damage dealt by Ryoshu skill. +1 damage with base skills for every 33 stacks, max 10%. Twisted, entangled, beyond measure, bound, and woven into cocoon, thread life world. And obviously this combos with the BP ego. It could be for lore reasons and like sort of, yeah, like, I mean, I think it's interesting to have like these little bits where it's not just, oh, it's just all plus numbers. Having like little stuff like this where it is like, oh, like a trade-off, even though, it's like it barely matters. The 1 offense level for 1 base power is like a no-brainer trade pretty much always. But it's fun when you have like a little back and forth like that. You get it, yeah. She doesn't have to kill the units to get like a bunch of the buffs. Yeah. Like for the actual passive bit, like for string severance, for this one, she doesn't have to kill them. They just have to die. It's just that obviously she's very much designed to kill them very quickly herself. You just evade turn 1, you'll kill one of them, get 20 SP, gain some entangled life, You also inflict blade trails, so you're starting to stack your blade trails well. You get like 20 Dihu Star right away. Spit. How does that saying go again? That you gotta venerate your parents like you venerate the very heavens. Yes. Yeah, you lose out. Yes, you lose out on Tangled Life and this effect here if you don't have her kill them, which is still like, so yeah, you do want to have her try and kill them, and most of the time, if you're looking to kill the spider allies, the fastest way to do that is to just have Ryoshu kill them. She can just delete them, almost all of them, in like 3 turns. So it's kind of a no-brainer to, yeah, just have her delete them. Of course, I mean, other than in like MD, you're doing like some of the super basic early fights, then it really doesn't matter. It's better to just quickly win right through them. But especially in any actual longer fights or better, or like bigger fights, or obviously like non-MD fights, the idea is to indeed just kind of... Because also she gets her fucking SP from it as well, but she still gets to evade as well. That's like, I mean, Christ. Very funny. Triple slash Echo Shear. Poise, gain coin power, final power, same thing here. Gain poise count, poise, bleed, burn, bleed, burn, bleed. Slash damage equal to entanglement. This is very straightforward, like damage dealing skill. Very straightforward damage skill, and obviously then it has this as well, which is a free hit. Doesn't trigger defense skills, external effects cannot trigger. Yeah, just a rusted coin doesn't work on it. And poise before attack. If the skill is triggered by skill 3. Oh yeah, you get the attack away from skill 3 as well. Equal to number, don't need to have Phantom Trace. Power doesn't need to have Phantom Trace. Attack end targets Phantom Trace expires. Yeah. But obviously it gets applied like every turn. So Phantom Trace, yeah, we already read that. Plus 30% damage on critical hit. Blade Trail. Burn. And also just a straight up flash fragility as well, you know. And it's this turn, because obviously it, you know, you get a, before your normal attack goes off, you get this, which, so you just get a bunch of Blade Trail on them and slash fragility on them. So then once your attack actually hits, you're doing even more damage. One ingenious way to use the Dehu Star's blade, the sword that always leaves a lingering something in its wake. Attacks that are impossible to avoid seem a bit cheap, but I've got to say I like that sword. Seem a bit cheap. On use. Rend space. Just normal. Yeah, this is just normal S3. Final power +1 for every poise. Max 5. Base power +1 for every 6 burn and bleed. No, max 5. +5 damage for every entanglement on self. So, you know, your max. Actually, what does the max get up to? Oh, yeah, 9. So your max you can get is 9 here. Okay. So 45% more. Gain 5 poise. Gain 1 attack weight for every 2 entanglement. Max 2. Deal +30 damage for every attack, excess attack weight beyond the usual. Almost every, like, attack weight attack now has this little clause. Attack end randomly inflict entanglement on self +10 blade trail after between targets hit by the skill. So you just refund some blade trail and Dehu Star to get it, you know. Or I guess not refund, because this one doesn't use it. Never mind. +50 damage on critical hit, bleed, burn. Oh yeah, activate burn and activate bleed. And then they lose 1 stack. And then entanglement slash damage. With the blade, huh? Yeah, sticking to a single path like a one-track-minded dumbass will eventually get you to cut stuff like space too. But don't flatter yourself. It just makes the split space shimmer for a bit, like in the heat haze. Give it some time and the cut closes like it was never even there in the first place. Okay, well, most of these flavor texts are, I guess, by the Nurse Fathers. Like commenting on her. Or to her. Then you run space Echo Shear. This is 3/3. So this is the one that you actually end up using more, right? Yeah, because this is the one you only get once, the string connection, and Echo Shear is the one you actually like reuse. For every string severance on self skill loses 1 base power and gains an extra coin 1 before using coin 2. Yeah. So, okay, coin has only 1 power at the start. This is also interesting that, you know, you lose a base power instead, and this is probably, a lot of this is probably for balancing, and obviously it's essentially offsets the base power that you got from killing with the evade, but instead you get an extra coin, and the final coin gains coin power. Final coin gains coin power for every entanglement. Okay. And I'm assuming there's probably like, because you know, there's probably like fancy animations for the more, you know, coins you have. And yeah, it is for every string. So yeah, the most you get 4. You get 4 extra coin ones. Okay. So for 5 coins 1 and a coin 2. Yeah, plus 50 damage for every excess attack with beyond the uppers. Raise entanglement, min-max and stack cap by 1 and reset entanglement on self to minimum stack. Max 2 times per encounter. Gives you the Star Blade. Yeah, so it raises your cap but resets you to minimum. Get 1 poise count, burn bleed, damage. Consume all blade trail after image. Slash damage, burn, lose, activate, bleed. Long text. This indeed paves a new avenue in the field of space rending techniques. Have you heard? One might think that rending the very fabric of space is the culmination of the way of the blade, but the path extends beyond that. Continue training and one develops their own unique style of doing so. It adds another layer of artistry by leaving the unconventional touch to the universal technique. The very universal technique of rending space, you know? Allowing for the rent to linger, or sometimes even the reduced into the flash of an instant. It is somewhat a point of pride for those who walk the way of the blade, meaning that it is also a frequent point of contention in the field. Hoo-hoo. Is this supposed to be, is this a laugh, like a hoo-hoo? Or is this a name or something? Reminiscent of the days I used to engage in discourse of comparable belligerence with the other maestros. Can go up to 7? Can it? But it's for every string severance. String severance is a max stack of 4. Was there a way to raise string severance stacks? Because otherwise it should be, you start with 1 obviously, and then you get 4 more, so you have 5 coin 1s, and then you have a coin 2. There should be 6 coins max. Also, actually, for this, how many times? Yeah, this can happen for, you get this 4 times per encounter. So you do actually get like, well, yeah, no, you get the exact same amount. Yeah, you get like, it's 4 times here, and then you get 4 string severance. So then it like, they indeed even each other out on the base power. For this particular skill. Then the one that you only get once per encounter. Yeah, because you get Shin from it. Skill does not trigger the target's defense skills. Gain 5 poise, gain Shin, Dihu Star, remove this unit's first stagger threshold once per... the fact that it just removes it. It just removes the first threshold. Like, okay. Just removes it. Okay. Oh, she's Pierce Fatal. Okay. Didn't even look at it. 248 HP. 3 to 7. Classic. But in this case, it's not even fake stagger. They're actually just straight up... She doesn't have the stagger, okay? She don't have it. Like, she just removes it. Which, I mean, very lore accurate, you know? She's just cutting out her stagger bar, you know? It makes sense. Inflict burn, inflict bleed, activate burn on target. Taxidermy and immobilized as the foe lying, the trace of the blade has a rent in space. Such blade work is oft of utter keenness that its victims know not that they have been hewn, or even if they are somehow cognizant of the fact, they are fixed by a blade trail that has seized the space they inhabit, only to bleed when the moment passes. Yet the difference lies in how it cuts. The blade is indeed hewn, but a singular trace, yet in sheathing it, the wielder has conjured in their mind the multitude of slashes that have followed the same path, a most precise technique. Oft have I come across techniques such as that slash in the days of following the incident, techniques that seem to contradict the very nature of causality. Yes. Shin, min-max speed +2. Using base attack skill, gain 2 poise bonus and 1 poise count. Base attack skills +10 damage on critical hit. Take minus 20% damage for unopposed attacks, unbreakable coins. Is this one? Getting to just fucking take less damage from unbreakables when, you know, we often run into these days of like, oh, all the damage I have taken during this fight, it's all from unbreakables. What a funny unit. What a funny individual. Actually, let me just quickly check. I want to check what the Uptie 5 Match Flame does. And then she also gets less damage taken from somewhere else as well, yeah. Like... Is this the uptype 5 one? Am I looking at it correctly? I guess I can look at it here. Base power, 3842 skill effect. Oh, this is for 3. Oh, this is for 4. It doesn't have 5 yet? Oh, never mind. Oh, ego corrosion is not updated yet. Oh, no, it doesn't have it here. This only goes up to 4 still. Checking my head. Right. There's speed 4, 5. It's not actually updated yet though. Even though they list it there, it's not actually the updated one. Our story? A very bad end. Very bad end. Oh yeah, 4 before. Oh yeah, this is the normal. It's fine power plus 4 and inflicts 4 burn on hit. Is a wrath skill. They'll burn poison on all targets 2 additional damage. I mean, this does work obviously quite nice on Ryoshu. Yeah, I it's every 4th skill, which I just realized if she gets 4 coins. She gets 4 coins. Oh, I probably actually can look at it. Possibly look at it in game. Can I? It's like a preview of it that I can actually see because mine is at uptype 3, I think. But because she gets 4 coins. So she'll get this every turn. Like the last attack she uses every turn if she has her 4 slots, which is the max she can get from the string severance and whatnot. She'll get the 4th attack every turn will trigger this. Which this is the normal passive of it, but I forgot that indeed that's how it is. Also, if the said coin is a plus coin, he'll 10 SP. Minus coin, lose 15 SP. Does Ryoshu even have a minus ID, coin ID? Oh, right. Oh, like the follow-ups. Right. True. You have the follow-up. So actually, like, okay, it's a little funny to calculate then. Because, yeah, you'll also be getting the follow-up. So actually, you'll get multiple in a turn, in theory. "23 means they're reading the kid of 1 ID. Obviously, I read them before, but I want to see, the actual numbers. And there was flavor text. Because now there's flavor text everywhere. Okay, can I see it in game? Not here. Can I look at it in here, or do I have to? Because here I have to thread spin, right? And I see like, nope. Do I need to go into like some kind of? Because I can't see it here either. Can I see it in game? Oh, that on wiki is TS5. Okay, that was. So the one on the wiki was the TS5. It just doesn't show it, like, indicate it. But this should be, because obviously I just looked at this, the thread spinning for here, and it goes up to 4 right now. I guess support unit was the other one, yeah. Attack weight. No, I guess attack weight. Yeah, because mine is still 3. Maybe I should just... I have a lot of shards, actually. I could just do it. You know? We did see that I do quite literally have like 400 Ryoshu shards. Yeah. Sure. Why not? Might as well. It's the funny new thing. I have all these shards. It's a good use for shards, isn't it? Oh yeah, it mainly upgrade. Okay, no, it does upgrade like a bunch. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this part here on the wiki was all thread spin 5. If the said skill is a wrath skill, they'll burn position all targets by the additional damage. Ego skill, apply the following effects at... Oh, if the said skill is an ego skill, apply the following effects at coin start of the first coin. Plus coin heal, minus coin lose SP. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you're getting like extra SP refund from it. From using an ego, you get more. But it also has to be the 4th skill that you happen to use, which is, sometimes a little funky. Obviously, it's a super high clashing ego. That's the reason I have it. I actually sharded this ego because I needed a high clashing ego somewhere. Skill power +2 against units that have burn. Before attack, because yellows are the stuff that's updated, right? Before attack, deal +5 damage for every 1 total sum of burn all targets. Max 100. Oh, because now you have attack weight, actually. On kill, gain 2 attack power up next turn. On hit, deal burn target on this coin's final damage, wrath damage max 20. So yeah, it gets a bunch of extra damage, and obviously these extra hits for ego skill stuff. Corrosion has its coin power changed or updated, made better. Otherwise, the same. Clash lose, base power -16 is funny. On kill, gain 3 attack power up. Failed kill, gain 3 attack power up and 10 burn, which is funny. Which is, gaining 10 burn is funny on Spider Ryoshu or whatever, because either she has shield from Albina or she's transferring damage to the others. We'll see, I guess, how often we get actually thread spins. Because I'm wondering if they're actually going to mainly be giving us like thread spins for egos that are indeed like kind of like only like in some way like core egos for IDs, and maybe also indeed paired with like somewhat paired with like cool units. Yeah, oh no, you get 10 burn, but you get 3 attack power up, and this 10 burn doesn't matter on Blade Ryoshu, who will just transfer the damage or has shield to tank it. On a hit, deal burn target of this coin. Also, it becomes unbreakable coin as well. Right. Does this become unbreakable as well? Okay, this one doesn't become unbreakable. Okay, so corrosion actually becomes unbreakable coin as well. So corrosion's like really good. 42 clasher. Obviously, if you're at high SP, then obviously your clashing is not actually going to be as good. But yeah, corrosion is obviously very nice. Anyway, do it. See the fancy animation? Now it's like, first we unlock all the chains from it, and now we like add chains to it. And yeah, the corrosion is very much like it's like, well, I mean, depending on, it still clashes decently, as long as it's not, you're not going to be clashing the big skills, right? You're not going to be clashing the big skills, but even if you fail this clash, you're still getting like, I mean, you do have the base power -60, like you might still do okay-ish damage. And if you do get a kill on like, because you can also, maybe you get a kill on like some low power fodder, you'll get a free attack power up. Because yeah, you do get the base power -16 on Clash Lose, which is funny. But it's unbreakable, so. Well, obviously, Awakening still clashes really high, and obviously if you do kill, then you get some attack power up. And obviously the passive just works. You're getting... Blade Ryoshu attacks so goddamn much, especially if you actually full buff her. She attacks so goddamn much that she will be getting this passive like 2 times a fucking turn. Which is very funny. Anyway, okay, well, dude, what's the time? I don't want to go long today. Literally, we will just try her out in literally just actually, let me put like 2 of these. So literally just test her out in here. What order do we actually want to kill them? I think it actually doesn't matter that much. Obviously, Sinclair goes last anyway. Sinclair goes last as well. Because it prioritizes according to deployment order. So. And yeah, the extra attack, she will just be constantly triggering, getting like 4 kills. And obviously, I mean, we just dodge right on, It doesn't even matter what you guys do, okay? You're just gonna start getting fucking killed. That's what you're here for. You are here to die. Let me adjust my volume a little bit. Okay, sure. Do your animations. You won't be here for long. Okay, it does have a simpler animation, I guess. Maybe when you don't have string severance and stuff, that is just like a simple animation, which actually wasn't visible in the trailer. Okay, there we have one Ryoshu has appeared. Oh, is that the Phantom Trace, I guess? Well, I mean, obviously... Oh, yeah. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, okay. Right. The mirror... Phantom image Ryoshu is a Phantom Trace indicator. Ooh. Oh, it's simple against the students. I see. Did I have a student as second unit? Maybe I did. Doesn't get any slots if there's no backup at all, since it isn't chain battle without them. Yeah, well, obviously she gained... Well, he or she gains slots anyway because of... it being unfocused. Goodbye. 267. Oh, is it reverse? Oh, is it reverse deployment order? I read it wrong. It's reverse. Okay. I don't know how I misread that. Get evaded, stupid. Ah, she got a slot there at least. That's some S3s. We still have so many of you to kill though. But except... Oh, because these needs nurse fathers. Okay, because we're only getting to the nurse fathers now. Okay, so it's triple dodge so that we can get rid of all the nurse fathers. Everyone. Goodbye, my boys. Yeah, there's the fancy one. Yes. Yeah, the other option is indeed to leave them alive so that Ryoshu just has loads of HP bar. For more difficult content, that might be the way that you go, is that you do actually, like, use them as a HP pool, where Ryoshu just can't get killed, and they can slowly die to, Oh, there is also... Wait. It's a specific animation for each nurse father. The one on Honglu used the Callisto jump attack on it. Oh. Yes. Chromatic aberration. The first attack of the battle, by the way. Oh, hi, Sinclair. Music! Music! Indeed, I learned of the music indeed also changes depending on. And yeah, this in other than unlike Ricardo, who's one turn, this just stays. God, look at her fucking farm. 6 entangle. Yes! The entanglement has lost fucking text on it. All the passive text loses shit. Yes! Yes! Okay. Only in like the stat screens, I guess, but yes. Yes. Okay, what about that? Tags as well. Dihu Star crossed out. Jansha Star is now on. Dude, this shit is so cool. She's also already at 70 Dihu Star. Dude, that's so fucking cool. That's so cool. Well, because I said as a joke. They kind of did it. I said as a joke when, I think on Monday or whatever, when the kit came out and we were looking at it on the Discord. I said that, oh, actually, like, they're, as a joke, I said they're gonna start removing text depending on how many string severance you have. They kind of, they didn't start removing the full text, but the fact that they put it on the flavor text of passives, where they actually do start getting deleted, that's so fucking cool, man. That's so cool! I love shit like that. God. They truly are the masters of Ludo fucking Kino. Insane. Anyway, we need one more at least of these.
그려낸 대로.
떠도면서
예측은 그럼.
예정된 죽음.
아이,
Yeah, because she also just starts with that, because obviously if they're staggered, then she just starts with the deletion attack right away as well. And yeah, we do have 999 entangled life. So we just have, you know. And okay, yeah, okay, but now she has 4 slots, because now she's getting more slots. But yeah, now she has 4 slots. Which this is the max she can get from whatever. And obviously you can only have 2 string severance right now because we don't have all the nurse fathers. So we don't have like max buff for string severance and stuff yet. But yeah, we did because obviously because you're doing like 200 something damage. You're doing 300 damage from the ally kills, so you're just getting entangled life. We're at 49-7 poise as well. And just somatic friction at all times. You get crit damage all times. You'll always have enough poise. Like the only thing you need to build up is entanglement and Dihu Star, which just happens as you fucking kill. Yeah, Elgrim, yes, she will. She will. She will get new passives as we get the rest of the spider members. Same way as Hong Lu got new passives as we got Heishos.
그려낸 대로.
You know, and just free attacks. Because why not? 33.
낮도 밤도 지우. 숨이 타도 베어낼 뻔.
Alright, I'm almost at 100 points? Outside of MD?
베어낸 원망도 옅어지나.
80-12! Thank God I put 2 waves so that we get to see more, because they're almost all dead already. I could just use these easy mini skills. You know?
그려낸 대로.
I actually deadass gonna get to 100 poise. Yes, 21 on an S1, by the way. Not full buffed, by the way. No MDs, no gifts, no nothing.
베어낸
My support units are all base IDs.
원망도 옅어지나.
99 points on fucking just normal ass content. Oh yeah, we should also try the match flame as well. True, we can very easily. Actually, let's just corrode it. Fuck it. Actually, well, corrode it on this one so that it goes first.
그려낸 대로.
She might just kill them. Never mind. Might kill them with the one side. It's never mind. I didn't do as much damage.
원망도 옅어지나.
Oh, these one. Why did they? Oh, never mind. There's the. Okay.
모든 것을
Well, actually, look at it because it's also new animation. We'll have 3 attack power up for next turn. 99-20 poise, man. In normal ass content. Base Roger is carrying. True. One ally with the most HP deals plus 20 damage of head scores. That is true, actually. Everyone else is doing absolutely nothing. But Roger? Technically, shouldn't she... And this would do something. One ally lowest max HP deals extra dump pledge. So she doesn't have any blood, so... You know. One ally with the highest max HP takes minus 10 damage from attack skills. Also, actually would do something. Except, she's not taking damage. Oh, hi, S3s. What if I... What a funny unit. Also, we have 70 Dihu Star Blade, by the way. We're getting Echo Red. Or Red Space.
낮도 밤도 지우. 숨이 타도록 베어낼 뻔.
They died to the first coin.
예측은 그럼. 안녕. 몰아치는 것을.
Didn't get to do all the coins. 48.
이 불 또한
Oh yeah, we have the Wow Ego as well too. True. I could use those as well for fun, unless they're all dead. Oh, they didn't die then.
낮도 밤도 지우. 숨이 닿도록 베어내.
1 coin skill. It's WoW.
그려낸 대로.
Just to see what it does here. They don't even have any stacks of anything. So you know. What a funny idea.
과거를 1000번 단조하여 베어내고
I'm actually going slow.
미래에서 1000번 거슬러 찢어내고
Because this is indeed not like stack. They don't have any of the stacks to actually hit the conditionals on this ego. We just get to use the entangled life. Used up all our entangled life. Now we're instantly... How much do we get? We used up all of it. What? One of them actually got to attack. They got through the shield. No way. How much did we... Okay, we got another like 400 almost back right away. Right, what was the passive on? What's the passive you get from this again? After using a attack skill, if the enemy is staggered or defeated, gain 1 crit damage up 3 times. Okay, yeah, indeed. You can also just get more crit damage up. Oh, it's the last bozos. No, there was a 4th match flame passive I just saw trigger. Guys, who's gonna be MVP of this fight? Do you know? I wonder. How much damage? Oh, okay, okay, she's a little loud at the end. She's a bit of a loud one at the end of a fight. Okay. Only 95% of damage. How could this be? Should have defense skill than everyone else. Bit of a loud ending, however. Like how at least it's allowed like right away and not that, I guess, that long. Because fucking Callisto Honglu, every time Callisto Honglu is MVP, first of all, he yaps for like 1 billion years, and then suddenly in the middle of the yapping, there's the incredibly loud crunching bone noise. And it's like, Jesus Christ, fucking calm down. What a funny ID. Holy moly, what a funny ID. There's a very real chance. I'm not the biggest like necessary Ryoshu fan and whatnot, but I think this ID will just become my favorite like ID gameplay wise for at least a while, because I mean I called it during the trailer watch when the trailer released. I said it in like a hopeful way of, oh, Mountain of Bodies Gebura from Ruin, because that shit was so fun. That stuff, I'm so drawn to like that one-man army kind of gameplay. And this is exactly what she is. I'm like, hell yes, I love that shit. I could never get enough of it. And indeed, we don't even have her full buffed yet. We don't even have full buff yet. We need the 2 nurse fathers. Still, 2 extra nurse fathers to get full buffs. Hell yes, brother. Huh. She sing. And the new ego gift as well. She sing. She go la la la. Oh my. Actually, let me go into... I mean, I have to. I pretty much always put. Actually, no, here. I pretty much always put, you know, the the coolest ID, the coolest lore ID onto here. And actually, I'll put fucking 4th Match Flame when it's the fucking tier 5. This could actually, I could also have this just be, I mean, Spice Bush. Oh, and this could also be, I might just put like all of their, you know, like capstone IDs here, at least eventually. However, except Gregor's capstone is a little, Gregor doesn't really have a capstone. Actually, I think we'll put Spice Bush here. Oh, and with Sun Shower now as well. Well, Bygone Days works because it's sinking. Merceau doesn't have it. Okay, you can be Hongus. That's the wrong guy. Hongus. Plus 20%. Oh, okay, it's showing the. It shows the little bonus icon here as well for MD rewards. That's all funny. You can also be, because I don't think actually, you know, people don't actually need these for support. You don't have one yet. You indeed also, Gregor, just you don't have one, Gregor. So like, you'll just have to be. Technically, he does in a way, but like not for real. And neither is Rodia, obviously either. So Rodia's capstone ego, yeah. Wow. Obviously, yeah. So the Heath is already here, and obviously Dawn is here. Faust obviously doesn't have one either. Except, you know, in a way, you could see Maust as her capstone, at least when it comes to power wiles. Oh yeah, Ahabish. Because I am the lore enjoyer. We'll put Snag Harpoon on it. That's also lore. I do always like the IDs that are like very directly them. Like they're Kanto IDs, they're capstones and so on. It's just obviously some of them, Rodia and Gregor don't exactly have them. Obviously, well, Merceau, Otis, Polestar, obviously, no, it hasn't been their turn yet. And yeah, we will see obviously what Merceau is like. However, so when it comes to Merceau's Kanto, actually, before we leave, sure, why not? Some expectations for Merceau Kanto, for Kanto 10 in general. I wouldn't expect, like, even actually unit-wise and gameplay-wise, I wouldn't expect, and almost maybe I think it would be better that way, that it's not like, you know, something like this where it's just this insane ID. Because for Ryoshu, it makes sense. For, you know, for what her character is. She's always been kind of, you know, the combatant. But with Merceau, I mean, obviously, I feel like it's different. You don't, like, you're not going to expect, like, the strongest ID in the game, or whatever. Or, like, a super, like, combat-focused ID, necessarily. Or, like, power scaling ID for Merceau. Because you'd also expect something very different from the Kanto as well. For the Kanto to probably be, in some weird ways, maybe less violent, at least directly. You know, there's a lot of combat. Just, like, actual fighting against big guys in Kanto 9, which fits. But then you wouldn't maybe expect that or want that for a Merceau Kanto. So he's short farming already. So I mean, obviously we'll see what happens with Merceau. Merceau is on the stronger side, but like not, you know, she's in the stronger half, yes. But Ryoshu is like number 3. Don's number 1. Ryoshu's number 3 and Otis is number 2. Isn't it? Was that the order that it was for the top 3? I think it was. Which also indeed brings into mind, what the fuck, Otis? Deadass? Huh? What is that hag built out of? Was Murph 4? Murph might have been 4th. She does become a raid boss. It's really funny. I love raid boss gaming. Otis was a war general, yes, but that's the thing. It's like, because it's like, I mean, okay, but I like when you think, like, okay, so some of her power, I guess, could maybe be the more tactician element of something. So it's the question of, is it like tactician element that's bringing her up in the ranking, Or is it just pure fucking power scaling, you know? Like, oh, would, at their normal, non-nerfed levels, what, would Otis have just beaten Ryoshu just straight combat, or... Was there something about Otis being a king of her own nation? Was that a thing? I'm not aware of all my Otis lore, clearly. If so. Considering every Kanto probably has gone higher, I would not be surprised if it gets more crazy. I mean, obviously, in that way, yes, we probably get, like, you know, like, the Mersault Kanto IDs will be stronger, obviously, because it's just, like, the general power creep, yes. But, like, I guess sort of in lore, you wouldn't expect a Mersault, like, capstone ID to be stronger than a Ryoshu capstone ID, you know? So... Oh, in the Odyssey. Okay, you meant the Odyssey. Okay, I thought you meant the actual Otis, not Odysseus in the Odyssey. Yes, Odysseus, I believe, was a king. Yes. Yes. Okay, you meant the OG, not actually Otis. Not our Otis, but as in Odysseus. But yeah, I mean, that is one thing, however. Every single Kanto I come out, I think I said this at the end of Kanto 9 as well. Every single Kanto I come out more and more interested for the Otis Kanto. Which is, huh? Every time. But obviously next is Mersault. Where Mersault is a little funny, because like... There's been, in a way, there's kind of been so little tease for Mersault. At least compared to others, but I think it's also part of it is that like the teases are a lot more low-key for Mersault than for some of the other ones, just because of, you know, the kind of character that Mersault is. But obviously at the same time, it is like, I guess some of the N-Corp stuff is gonna like tie into it, so it's not like direct Mersault, but also like the N-Corp shenanigans. So... He got teased in collab and out of all things. Well, because Mersault teasing has always been like, he'll say one sentence every story. He'll say one sentence that's like, and then nothing. And then nothing. That's how the Mersault teasing has been. It's like one sentence. Mersault is more story focused and philosophical like Hong's. I would expect so. I would expect it to be a bit of a change of pace for Mersault's Kanto compared to Ryoshu's. Ryoshu's Kanto was like fucking balls to the walls, 100 kilometers an hour right from the get-go, which fits. But then I would expect a different vibe and pacing for the next Kanto. And yeah, what god did Odysseus piss off? Was it Poseidon? Like, who was it? I can't remember. Outside of crossover intro, you know, pretty little. Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, for Mersault, all the hints are like, he says one sentence somewhere, and it's like, oh, that's a reference to the book, to The Stranger. And it's like, oh, point. That's how it usually is. But he's blinded the son of Poseidon from what I heard. Which, you could see that maybe, if that's what it was, you could see that in Otis' Kanto, you could get like a, oh, Otis maybe fucks up somewhere in a war, like in one of the battles, and a high-ranking leader's, like, son gets killed or something. And, you know. Could be something like that. And the fact that Mersault said he smoked is a reference. Exactly. Limbus is a lot of, like, you know, pointing a literary reference. Oh. How strange. Which I'd point at more if I'd actually, like, read any of the original novels. I just know about some of them because they're like maybe because some of them just are extremely famous, so you know stuff about them. But I haven't actually read, I think, any of the originals like fully. Which maybe in a different timeline I would have. Or maybe I'll go and read them like later after the fact. It's just... Apparently the only thing I'm capable of reading is visual novel. Reading a book? No, I can't. That's too much text. Reading a 800-page book's worth of text, but it's in a VN with Gacha? Okay, no problem. Let me marathon that. Broken fucking brain, man. I can only read picture books. Yeah. Yeah. Because I haven't even read Hellscreen, which is so short. I didn't even, like, get off my ass and read Hellscreen before Kanto 9, when that shit is so short. Actual short story, 20 fucking pages. It's nothing. Still didn't. I'm that bad at it. I'm that bad. You can read it on Creepypasta Wiki? Why does Creepypasta Wiki have the entire hell screen on it? You could say you just prefer going in blind. I mean, that is also part of the fun. I do enjoy, like, you know, not actually kind of having an idea on where the story is necessarily going in Limbus, because I don't know what the original does, which, you know, matters less and more depending on what Kanto and what story it is. But no, I believe you. I believe you that it is on Creepypasta Wiki. It's just one of those things I do like having. Like I like knowing, at least eventually at some point, even if I don't know them in the moment or whatever. I do like knowing and learning of the references and parallels to, like, the thing that something's based off of. For Limbus, it's the literary works that stuff is based off of and is referencing. And then for, like, Arknights, it's the real world events and real world people and events and history that stuff is based off of. Those little bits of, I get almost like trivia, are just really fun to learn. Oh, The Stranger is like 80 pages as well? Okay, I thought The Stranger would be longer than 80 pages. Was The Where was so short? Again, no. I also have heard that The Stranger is just quite good. I mean, I think it's said actually all of the things that Limbus, all the literary works in Limbus are said to be good. So I mean, what I've seen so far seems that some of the bad ends are based on original books. Wouldn't be surprised. Because, you know, literary works, especially classical ones, I feel like it's more often they end in a bad end. You don't get like a, ooh, nice little clean ending. It's like, oh yeah, you're just gonna have to sit with that fucked up shit. Oh, The Strangers KJ is your favorite book? Oh. He's gonna go crazy for Kanto 10 then. He's gonna go crazy on Kanto 10 if The Stranger is his favorite book. Interesting. But okay. I should get going. Tomorrow, I think will be some Arknights gaming. We have more Stronghold Protocol, I think, is what I'll do tomorrow. Very funny ID. And also very cool. But I should go do a little bit of workout and stuff and eat and whatnot. But thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for lurking. We got her in 80 pulls, so that's not too bad. Especially considering how much I still actually have enough to guarantee something. I actually still have over 200 rolls. I'm quite safe, one might say. Even for the next Walpy or whatever. But for now, goodbye. Bye-bye. Such a funny idea. See you tomorrow if you want to play some Arknights. We will be doing viewer gaming. I think they're really cool for hard. I mean, you can see my full thoughts on Kanto 9 if you go to like the VODs of the actual thing. Bye-bye.